It was actually almost a good thing. It became a situation where we kind of realized we had this attraction to each other. We're like, all right, here's all the crap.
Yeah.
You know, here it is. Here's all the problems. I'm not young anymore. This is what it is. And she went, well, yeah, well, here's all my crap. And we're like, hey, our crap matches.
Yeah, like, it's like, this is what I want in a partner. This is what I want in bed. This is what I'm into. This is like my, like, you know, what I want for the future. And we literally like sat together and like had like almost like a business transaction, but like in the best way.
You're checking off that checks off a box.
Yeah, I think it's because we were friends first for so long that like when it was so organic when it even happened. And I literally looked at him and I was like, I should just date you. And he's like, okay. And that's how we started dating.
That's like really healthy though, isn't it? To get everything out in the open early. That's when people who are knowing each other, knowing themselves, and therefore able to just put it all out there. And a lot of people, they waste time when you're younger, especially, pretending to be the version of you that is.
Yes. I said that to him. I was like, everyone has bullshit for the first 6 months. And then
the real person.
And then, they you wear this like fake facade, like even if you don't even know you're doing it. But for us,
Mr. Hyde pops out 6 months later. And you're like, what the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
And that's why, like, in my own life, a few months later, you're like, who the fuck am I dating? But it's just the real them coming out.
Yeah.
You're like, you covered the bag of shit for a while. And it's like, oh, awesome, thanks. I appreciate that.
But then when you're having these moments where you're both in relationships and talking, do you think deep down there was more there, but you were just like kind of putting it on pause?
You know what? Yeah, maybe. But neither one of us were doing anything. I mean, most of our conversations were about her artwork, literally at that point. And it was only like 3 or 4 months before I had to break up, and then it was like a month later. And then we were friends for about a year. And, she came to New York specifically to promote her artwork, and I was getting her meetings. And it just, it was like at one point, we always talk about this, one point in time, we both got a drink, and we reached and kind of like, like literally out of a movie, like our hands touched and we looked at each other and it was kind of like, uh-oh. Like literally both of us like, uh-oh.
That's like the biggest fear, right? Like you don't want to date your friend because then if it goes south, then
you lose a friend. Yeah, it's like,
so, but
yeah, that's quite romantic.
Yeah, it really was.
It was
really
cute and gushy and gross.
Yeah,
know what you expect from.
I like it. Yeah.
And in a week, we're married 6 years.
Yeah.
Literally 1 week from today.
Yeah.
And in terms of the toxic breakups that you both went through, that you bonded over, if you don't mind me asking about this, how toxic are we talking? Like, what was those experiences like for you?
Oh, god awful. Like god awful. And I know I sent you my book. Like in the front part of it, I started listing off just everything that I put up with. And it's kind of like comfort's like a beanbag chair. It seems like it's really comfortable, and then you got to get up, and you're like, oh, this sucks. And that's what happens is like you just accept a little bit more shit, a little bit more shit, a little bit more shit, and now all of a sudden you're 6 months in, and you're like, what the hell am I doing? And it's like it literally hits nothing. There's nothing about this relationship I like.
I think both of our breakups were so bad that it put us in a mental state where we were like, fuck it, this is what I want. Like I don't care if I sound shallow. Like I don't care. Like I want this, this, and this. Like I think we were both in that, because I think if one of us was and one of us wasn't, it wouldn't have worked. But because we both were just so bitter.
And it was like, look, I want A, B, and C. Just don't give me shit. Can you be A, B, and C?
And if not, it's cool. But like that's what I want in a relationship. And so